and the 66th AutoZone Liberty Bowl. It is our honor to host your team, your university. You personify everything that is good about the game of college football.
Thank you.
And we all know there's a lot of stuff going on, and we appreciate you and what you mean to us, and congratulations on the season.
Thank you.
If you'll introduce the two players with you.
Yeah, I have Jacob Rodriguez, our inside linebacker, number 10, and Caleb Rogers, both of them captains, are starting right tackle.
We'll open up with an opening comment for Coach. This is the pass mic. Haley will pass the mic if you'll identify yourself and your organization when you do questions. Coach, it's yours.
Yeah, ending a year is always tough, but, ending on a loss and then, got to address the seniors, that, the eligibility's up, like Caleb, and they're going to be moving on. And just thank them for how much they've done for this university and what they've done for the guys that are coming back. No matter what, when there was an ending of a season, it's always tough, but it's tough whenever you don't play well enough, make too many mistakes. And hats off to Arkansas. I thought they played a really good game. I thought their quarterback played a great game, and it was tough, but I appreciate the Liberty Bowl for having us. I appreciate the guys, the way they finished and played every snap, and I'm gonna miss you, Caleb, and we got a lot of work to do, Jacob. With that, any questions?
A lot of swings in this game, Coach. If you don't mind, what changed things in the second quarter, allowed y'all to come back and find some success offensively? And then, maybe how did that dry up after the halftime?
Yeah, it started in the first quarter. We misfit a long run. We check zone, it doesn't get checked all the way over, so then we give up a big pass, and then we just get beat on another one. So we're behind the 8 ball. I think it's 21-3, and we had moved the ball. We just couldn't get in the end zone. I thought we stuck with the game plan, and in the second quarter we started making some plays, and then we got back in the game. It was tough right there at the end to give up that field goal going into half, because they kind of grabbed the momentum back. I felt like that we had gotten some momentum going, and then they grabbed it back. And then in the second half, just turnovers. We get they intercept us twice. We give up a safety. Those things like that, it's hard to come back from.
Joey, Phil Woodhall, KBR up in Amarillo, Texas. Your coordinators, losing both offensive and defensive coordinators through whatever you want to say, but how difficult is that to get ready for a bowl game like that when you don't have those guys around, and how do the staff fill in for them?
Yeah, it's always tough because, no matter what, you're calling the same plays. It's different, the way you're calling it. I thought at times we did some really good things, and then sometimes some of our things that have shown up all year long showed up again. We gave up too many big plays, and that's kind of been at times when we haven't played well. That's what we've done. But I thought, Juice and CJ called a good game just overall between the entire team, coaches, myself. We didn't do a good enough job executing. I thought Arkansas, at the end of the day, it comes down to they out-executed what they had game plan-wise versus us, and then they took advantage of some turnovers where we didn't. We get a turnover, and I think they stopped us on 4 downs. We don't get any points out of that, that could have been a big swing in the first half.
Pete Christie from KCBD in Lubbock. Coach, can you tell us about the conversation you had with Taj today, and then what you saw from the young running backs that probably get you excited for the future?
Yeah, I've seen, we all have, we've seen that all year long out of those two guys. They just got a lot more carries, and I thought they were really physical. It's good to have 2 true freshmen play like that. And Taj, it really came down to the amount of carries the last 2 years that he's taken on his body, and coming into this game of especially early, whenever we thought it was going to be a close game, we were going to really run the ball, and we did at times. And so we were gonna let the young guys go, and I felt good about it. That was his decision, like all these guys. I mean, just like Caleb. Caleb's gonna be drafted this year, and he's playing in the Reese's Bowl, and, he decided to play, and I really appreciate him for playing, and I thought he played a really good game.
Tom Murphy, Arkansas Democrat, is that for Jacob. What did you make of the quarterback Green's day, and then his running? What kind of dimension did that give them?
Yeah, I thought he had a great game. Kind of stuff that we knew what they like to do, he did, but he just did at a really high level. And some things got us in some problems, but I mean, that dimension to be able to run the ball was obviously working, but it was something that put a lot of tax on us.
Coach, how would you assess Will Hammond's play overall?
True freshman in his first start. He did some really good things, and then one thing I'll tell you, both these guys echo it. He'll grow from the mistakes that he made. I hate it for him because there's the seniors that played their last game, and Will Hammond probably taking this loss the hardest, just because of the person he is. But I think he did some really good things, and he'll learn from the stuff that the mistakes that he made.
Any more questions?
Joey, how would you assess your punt return game where Jordan looked like there were a couple times there where he let the one bounce, and then the other one where Bear caught it as a two?
Well, both of them, you kind of, by rule, put your heels at certain areas, whenever they're punting. And first one didn't hurt us. I think we went 98 yards to score, so the first one didn't hurt us. The second one hurt us from the standpoint is we gave up the safety, so that was a big momentum swing right there. And, it's kind of, if you look at the year as a whole, when we've lost games, it's been big plays and mistakes and special teams, and we had some mistakes in special teams tonight.
Any other questions? Hey,
We've got
sure,
two
we got a follow-up right here. We'll get the follow-up.
Following up on that same topic, obviously you've been very adamant about wanting guys who are in the transfer portal to play if they want to. Do you have any question about players' motivations in those circumstances now?
No, I never will, man. Again, I'm never going to take anything away from a player that's earned the right. Like, look, we didn't lose this game because people didn't play or they weren't motivated to play. They were motivated to play. We lost this game because we didn't play good football. I mean, we have a plan to win, and you're going to go through it. And the number one is don't beat yourself. Number two is dominate up front. We didn't. We let the quarterback run around. We had opportunities to sack the quarterback. It's win the turnover battle. We didn't win the turnover battle. We lost the middle eight. I mean, like everything is just football that has nothing to do with somebody playing or not playing or anything like that. We lost the football. We didn't play good enough football, and that's on me as a coach and us as a team to play better football.
Jumping ahead to what's next for your team with what you see from Will this year and over this past month and what you know about the Cleveland situation, what do you expect in terms of a quarterback competition, if any, come spring or come summer in August?
Now, I feel really good about both of them. I thought Barron had a really good year this year. And you've got a young guy that's going to keep getting better. He's got a lot of talent. He's got a big arm. He's got a high care factor. So that room, we feel good about. We just got to keep getting better every phase of the football game. We're not going to take it out of this game. We're going to take the loss, and we're going to learn from it. We're going to move on. And there's the old guys are going to get ready for the Reese's Bowl, and he's going to get ready for hopefully the Combine, which I expect. And the young guys are going to come back January 14th. We're going to have a team meeting, and Jacob Rodriguez told me right when we walked in, he says, "What's next, coach?" That's the mindset, you know, we're gonna grow from it and get better.
Question in the back?
Hey Caleb, mentioned there, I mean, some big things happening for you here soon, but can you just talk about the decision making into playing today, as well as, and just looking back on your time at Texas Tech, on and off the field, just what are you gonna miss most?
Perfect question. Appreciate that. So I can get on my soapbox. I mean, if I'm being honest, I just want to. I mean, it was pretty easy to play for Joey and play for this university. I mean, I've been here for 5 years, and coming back this last year, and I think that anybody that comes to Texas Tech, it's not a 5-year decision; it's a 50-year decision, and that's because that Joey's the best of the best at creating a good environment in a different type of society and world that we live in with the transfer portal and with NIL. And the first thing that Joey said when we got in there was that y'all are going to have me for the rest of his life, rest of our life. And so, Texas Tech, I think, is more than anywhere I've ever seen that every single person that I'm around has a passion and loves what they do and loves where they are. And so, I mean, this has just been an amazing opportunity, experience, and it just wasn't a hard decision being around the type of people I'm around every day. And I mean, I will forever be grateful and just love this place 100%. I appreciate you guys letting me be a part of it.
Anybody else? One
Coach-
more.
Coach,
Anybody?
Coach, big plays on defense was a problem for much of the year, and there are 4 losses up to this point. You gave up 3 plays over 50 yards tonight. What wasn't working?
Yeah, the first one was a misfit, which that's going to give you up big plays in the run game. The second one was miscommunication, and the third one was just we got beat. I mean, he outplayed us. The quarterback threw a really good ball, and that's something that if you go back on the season, I think we were the worst in the country in giving up explosive plays, and so that's something that's got to be a big deal during winter football school. It's got to be a big deal in the spring, and we've got to get better at that. It's one reason that Coach Wood is here, and we'll get started in January with the change on the defensive side of the ball.
Coach, thank you. Players, thank you. Joey, I'll never forget 12 Days of Christmas.
Yes, sir.
That was awesome.
Thank y'all.